Good morning, everyone. There's a reason we're here today. And I want to direct your attention to the screens. Trash dumping. That's why we're here today. And I'd like to bring up our county executive, Aisha Braveboy.
Thank you and good morning, everyone. It's hard to even express my feelings about what I just saw on the video screen behind me. But we are here to highlight another successful illegal dumping investigation in Prince George's County and to send a clear message to anyone who believes they can trash our communities. That we will find you, we will charge you, and we will work with the state's attorney's office to prosecute you to the fullest extent of the law. The images and surveillance footage displayed behind me show exactly what occurred on April 25th, 2026 at the intersection of Palmer Road and Tucker Road in Oxon Hill. Our roads are meant to connect us to opportunity. They are meant to transport our residents to work, to school, to worship, to their families, and to destinations filled with hope and possibility. Unfortunately, these individuals, well, I guess they're no longer up there. These individuals who were responsible for this dumping, they looked at our roads and saw them as a convenient place for their trash. The roadways and public spaces of Prince George's County should lead to opportunity, not be lined with illegal debris. They should reflect the pride we have in our communities, not the neglect of those who refuse to respect our roads or us as residents. And so you'll hear a little bit about what took place here from our assistant chief. But let me be clear. As the former state's attorney, I know firsthand that illegal dumping is not a victimless crime. It degrades neighborhoods, it creates environmental hazards, it attracts additional blight and criminal activity, it lowers property values, and it damages community pride. And it costs taxpayers millions of dollars to clean up the mess created by those who know better. These people know better. And so since they know better, or we assume they should know better, we're going to hold them accountable. So we are elevating Prince George's County every single day, and we will not allow the actions of a few individuals undermine the progress being made by hundreds of thousands of residents who take pride in this community. Not in Oxon Hill, not in Suitland, not in Lanham, not in Largo, not in Bowie, Laurel, or College Park. Not anywhere in Prince George's County will we accept this. In closing, here is the truth. We are doing our part. The government is doing its part, but we need our assistance from our residents as well. If you see illegal dumping taking place, you can call 911 immediately. It's a crime in progress. Please call 911. If you see illegal dump sites, you can call 311 and report that matter, because we take pride in our community, and we also take offense to people who disrespect our community. And I personally, because this is personal to me, I live here, I grew up here, I know how beautiful this county is. So it is personally disrespectful to me when people dump and litter in our communities, and we are not going to stand for it. The Environmental Crimes Task Force that I created, they're out every single day, and they're gonna find you, they're gonna charge you. We'll send your name and all your information to the state's attorney's office so that they can do their part to ensure that Prince George's County remains an elevated county in this region. I will now ask Mr. Mr. Mel Powell, our Public Safety Director, to come up next.
Good morning. My name is Melvin Powell. I have the absolute pleasure of serving as the Deputy Chief Administrative Officer for Public Safety and Homeland Security here in Prince George's County. At this time, I just want to reiterate a lot of what you've heard from our county executive, but I also want to let you know some of the things you're going to hear during this press conference. Illegal dumping is not just an environmental crime. It's a public safety issue. It's a quality of life issue. Frankly, it's a community pride issue. Our county execs leadership has led us in the direction of a task force. So we've created a task force that includes all of our public safety agencies, all of our park and planning, of our DPW&T, environmental. So we put together a team to ensure that we not only clean up Prince George's County for those folks who thought that it was okay to dump, we've also put this task force together to ensure that we are able to find you, we'll identify you, we'll track you down, and as Madam County Exec stated, we'll work with our prosecutors to ensure that you paid fines, penalties, and even incarceration where it's needed. One of the biggest things I wanted to emphasize is that as we focus on all the things that are going on here in Prince George's County, we were doing lots and lots of things to make sure that Prince George's County remains elevated. There was a speech prepared for me today that gives me a full layout of everything. The most important thing I wanted to emphasize is the fact that we are tired of driving past places where people feel like there's a place to dump hazardous waste, trash from your homes, whether it's commercial dumping. We are identifying you. We're going through the things that you're dumping. We're using the video footage. We're working with our partners to ensure that we have accurate 4K video footage of you doing these things. And we're now working with our public to make sure that we can identify you. Frankly, the only thing I can say is at this point, as opposed to reading this long speech that's been prepared for me, this is exactly where your trash belongs. And for those folks who don't understand what I mean by that, continue to dump here in Prince George's County and we'll find you. Madam County Exec, that wasn't for you to pick up.
I'm doing my part.
Yeah, well, thank you. And the team that we put together, folks who are prepared to identify, investigate, and even track you down, come to your homes if necessary to make sure that you pay the penalties associated with this illegal dumping. For those folks who don't want to get on board and ensure that Prince George's County is continued elevating, I'm going to allow our Assistant Chief George Nichols to explain what happens if you don't get on board.
Thank you. I promise I'll make the trash can. Good morning. I'm Assistant Chief George Nichols, and I'd just like to say that technology coupled with investigative techniques, proactive patrol, but most importantly, information that was obtained from our community led to the success of us identifying 2 of the 3 of these suspects. violators. First, I'd like to say that we've charged Carlos Gias, adult Hispanic male, and Maria Castillo, adult Hispanic female. There's a third individual that you see that we're still working to identify. So we are asking the community that if you see this and you know who this person may be, please call us so we can then go ahead and make sure that they receive the appropriate charges as well. Just to talk about the charges, from small minor household items, you can be charged or receive a monetary fine of $1,500 to large commercial items up to $30,000 and imprisonment. It's a lot of money to pay just to not go to one of the convenience centers or the landfills or the dump or even your own trash. So please consider that. And we'd also like to say that we would continue to ask that you call 911 if you see these dumpings or these actions taking place in progress. We will respond because they are quality of life issues and they're just as important to us as anything else. And lastly, I'd like to say that we received information that our crime solvers will now be giving out a $250 reward for those who actively continue to report these crimes and we collect them. So if you do witness this, please call 1-866-411-TIPS and you will receive a monetary compensation up to $250. With that being said, I thank you all and hope that you continue the partnership with the police department. Thank you.
Good morning. My name is Willie Powell. I am the Director of Environmental Crimes. First of all, let me just thank the County Executive for the opportunity to lead the Task Force of Environmental Crimes. This is a very important issue, and so she came up with the idea that we need to elevate and we need to also enforce. We see as we go down these roadways, trash all over the place. And some of the stuff that they're littering is things that we have a convenience center. But I'm going to just talk briefly about our strike force. Our strike force, of course, daily, they go out, they clean up, they respond to all of our 311 calls. They clean up, they are very responsive. They work hard. We receive numerous calls each and every day. And they go out, Department of Public Works, Department of Environment, they go out and they clean up our environment. This is also a heavy burden as far as costs. So one of the things that I want to tell you about the strike force with what we're doing, we actually partner with all the different agencies, the police department, with the Department of Environment and the Department of Public Works. This team that we have established with the Department of Environment, what we do, we started about 2 weeks ago based upon the county executive. She wanted to help elevate and make sure that we clean our county up. So we have been put in place about 2 weeks ago. So since then, we currently now have 7 active cases that we're criminal summonses, which we are actually pursuing right now. Just this past weekend, for example, and this is something we just got more information on, we actually have identified at least 3 more people that we'll probably be receiving more summonses. So this is what my plan is and how I identify what we're doing. I call it the 3 A's in order to help elevate the county. The first one is awareness. This right here, this media press conference, this is our way to be able to let people know that, hey, listen, we're not tolerating this. This is not called for at all. The second one is our access. We have our Department of Environment. We have convenience centers. We have places that you can legally dump. Even with this video, one of the things you can see is the items that they are dumping. You could go right to the convenience center and dump it. It's free. It's open Monday through Saturday. I'm not sure the exact hours. So there's no reason to litter and just mess up our communities. This is an environmental crime against our community. My last thing is the accountability of my 3 A's. So it was awareness, access, and now accountability. Accountability is that law enforcement side where we will, through surveillance and different techniques, we will identify you. We're going to find you. And we're also actually going to probably be partnering with the state highway because they also have the same issues and they do not want to have to keep dealing with illegal dumpings. This is something that's very important to our community. And we're going to make sure that we to resolve and end all of this illegal dumping. Thank you.
If I could, I just wanted to make sure that the Department of Public Works Transportation, who's here, that they are recognized for their efforts in cleaning up our community and beautifying our community. You all do a phenomenal job, as well as the Department of Environment. And actually, I'm going to ask Dr. Mohidy to come up and talk a little bit about the places you can go to legally dump. Some of it will cost because some of that what you see is there, it looks like there's construction materials and other things. So there may be a cost to it, but usually guess who pays for it? The customer. The customer is paying for not only the service to their home, but for you to, if you're a contractor, to dump in our landfill. And so there is a cost to that. But again, it's usually borne by the person who's getting work done. But then there's, as residents, we have access free of charge to a convenience center and the landfill as well for more personal items. So I'd like Dr. Moki to just come up and talk a little bit about that. And all of these folks work under the leadership of our DCAO for Government Infrastructure and Technology, Kevin Stevens. So Kevin, thank you so much for the great work that you do.
So thank you, Madam County Exec. My name is Sam Moki. I am the Director of the Department of Environment. So I stand here to say how needless this crime is, because the county is spending a lot of resources and offering a lot of services where trash can be dumped legally and properly. We have a landfill where you can go there, it's open from Monday to Saturday. You can bring different items there to dump. We have convenience centers around the county, one in the central county, one down south, where you can go with household hazardous materials and you can dump there. So there's absolutely no reason why you should be dumping on the side of the road. We also bring services to the community. I was actually out 2 weeks ago where we had an open service to bring your electronic equipment that you don't use. We come to the community. So there is absolutely no reason why you should be dumping. We have all the services, we have all the resources that we're providing to the community. It just costs us too much money to be going out there. And illegal dumping, Madam County Exec, it's not just the environmental impact, but the state, we are under a state mandate that we have to make sure we're under trash TMDL, that we have to make sure that we keep to that state mandate. And if you continue with illegal dumping, what that does is it strains the county even more. And it goes against what the county exec's central leadership vision is, environmental sustainability. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, everybody. I would like to invite, as the county executive said, all of our directors, everybody who took the time out of their busy days to join us up front here. All of you, please come on up. You're standing over here. It was so nice and kind of you to take time out of your days to come up. And then I'm going to open the floor up for questions, and you can ask questions of our county executive, our police department, and any of our directors from our county leadership. So do we have any questions?
Yeah, I'll start. Hi, Alexis
Hi.
Wainwright, WUSA 9.
ma'am.
Do you mind talking about how often you're seeing these illegal dumping incidents? And also, as far as this case with the surveillance video, I know you guys said several different information came in about the incident. Is it something specific like neighbors and the camera footage? Is that from like a neighbor's doorbell or surveillance video?
I will answer that quickly by saying it happens too often, but I know the county executive would like to speak to that.
Yeah, I want Devin Martin to come up so that he can talk a little bit about what he sees and what the strike force sees every single day. But yes, in this particular case, it was primarily surveillance footage that we were able to capture, and we are using to obviously charge and then to prosecute the case. So.
Thank you. Thank you also for the question. My name is Devin Martin. I have the pleasure to serve as the Deputy Chief of Staff for County Executive Aisha Braveboy. One of the portfolios I manage within the Office of the County Exec is our Strike Force 3-in-1 Task Force, which is a cross-agency unified approach to dealing with nuisance abatement issues and quality of life concerns within Prince George's County. We have teams of contractors, we have agencies that work together every single day of the week, probably about 16, 18 hours a day to deal with issues from potholes to lot abatements to clean lots to picking up litter and illegal dumping. Brian Fisher was right. We're seeing it far too often. We are seeing us going into a corridor to clean a corridor, removing mattresses. The other day, I remember being out there, we moved a light chandelier from a dining room. And so you can imagine the type of stuff we're moving. But when we're coming back, literally 3 days later, the equipment's out there again. So the county executive came up with this great idea. We're going to start deploying cameras in the areas as well. We're coordinating, as you mentioned, Alexis, with neighbor ring door cameras and doorbell cameras, any investigative techniques that allows our new environmental crimes task force, which was just started 2 weeks ago and already have 7 cases and multiple criminal charges already filed. That tells you how over needed this issue was to abate these problems and holding people accountable. Our ultimate goal is always to engage and educate, but the enforcement is a tool when engaging in education is not working.
Talk about the tire graveyards.
Yes, as well. Our very first case, we announced a strike force. Many of you over there in our press conference we have was about a vacant lot we had in the Kentland community that had over 400 commercial tires on the lot sitting there for over a year and a half. That lot has since been cleaned, ratified, but we're now finding these tire graveyards, we're calling them, throughout the entire county. Matter of fact, we just cleaned one 2 weeks ago off of the U.S. Park property off of the Parkway at Route 50. Literally in the middle of the intersection, there were engine blocks. There were tires being dumped there intentionally that are not something that could just roll off a car. There were literally 200 tires neatly stacked in the middle of the median. And we just abated those. And we're finding these tire graveyards throughout the whole county. And so we're asking individuals that see them to contact 311. I want to thank our Office of Community Relations, Chanel Dickers, our director. We are meeting daily to triage. Our goal is to get out on the ground within 48 hours of getting a complaint. Sometimes we're able to do it within 12 hours, depends how much resource we need, but to abate these tire graveyards completely. The county executive has some initiatives coming out to address these tire dump sites that are not dumping their tires correctly as prescribed in law. But you are helping us, our media partners, to get the news out that we see you and we're taking action and accountability for you. But those are just some of the cases that we're working on currently. Right now, Strike Force is out right now cleaning Prince George's County. We're attracting what you can see and what you cannot see in the wood line. We want to make sure our county is clean to represent the true pride that we have as we elevate Prince George's County.
Thank you. Madam County Executive, you mentioned you want residents to call 911 if they see people dumping because you're saying that's a crime happening in progress.
That is correct. And that is the instructions that I received from our assistant chief.
But wouldn't it be easier for people to call 311? Because I would imagine that would.
Yeah, but if someone is actually dumping, if they're committing a crime,
Okay.
then we want to respond to the crime being committed. They can also call 311 if there is dumping that has already occurred. So if you don't see, so I did make that distinction. If you see dumping in progress, our assistant chief, George Nichols, wants us to call 911. If the litter is already there or the dump site is already there, you can call 311. Okay.
Bob Barnard, Fox 5.
Assistant Chief Nichols, like when you've spoken to Carlos and Maria, the two of the three we just saw there, what have they said? What do people who you have come into contact with say about why they do this? What's their motivation? Do they tell you?
So what I'll say is that, of course, this is still being adjudicated through the state's attorney's office. From what we gather from incidents like that, it's all just about opportunity versus going to a community center, a convenience center. They just do it because I have it in here and I'll just throw it on the side of the road, which basically, again, is just with malice forethought, in my opinion. So that's what we're gathering. Just, I did it. That's pretty much it. It's not like it's planned. It's a vacant spot. I'm just gonna throw my trash right here.
Are there any specific hotspots? I know this is happening all across the county, but off of highways and these empty lots, is there specific spots you could talk about?
So as you just heard from the county executive, of course, Tucker Road is where we did that because There was several incidents that occurred there, so we decided to put a surveillance camera up. There are several other areas that we do have that we notice that it's become an issue, and those areas also are being monitored under 4K as well, along with other surveillance and investigative techniques that the department is using. So we are seeing it, however, as you can see in Minnesota, in the short, brief period of time, because of that, we have been able to affect some results. Police?
Yeah, thank you for the question. Two great questions. So yes, there are several hotspots throughout the county. On our list right now, we have around about 36, 40 hotspots that we are monitoring right now. And when we use something as a hotspot, we're using the data to drive the decisions. So that means we have gone there, we have cleaned up a large amount of illegal dumping. We've come back and realized it's back. We're using multiple styles of cameras. The cameras are managed by our Homeland Security Department, as well as the Department of Environment, which actually has the civil enforcement capacity to charge individuals with civil municipal infraction for illegal dumping. The police department are new partners in this fight because some of this stuff is now reaching a criminal level because of the quantity and the amount or the type of dumping that's occurring. So we do have hotspots. We are monitoring, but we're monitoring the entire county. We're in neighborhoods cleaning. We're in the hotspots, but we are finding that a lot of times on our roadways, as the county executive mentioned, our roadways should be used as a pathway to successes. We're seeing individuals pull up to dead ends, shrubbery, and just offload and keep driving. So that's what we are seeing and noticing.
Do we have any more questions? Well, we'd like to thank you for coming. This is a very, very important issue for Prince George's County. And we ask you in closing, put your trash in a receptacle, not on the streets of Prince George's County. Our citizens deserve better. They take great pride in their homes and in their county. And this elevator by our county executive is going to the top. Thank you.